Muy buenos días, amigos. Soy el diácono Galeno de Everett, Washington, aquí para hablarles hoy de la fracción del pan, la sección en la oración litúrgica o la gran plegaria eucarística que trata de romper el pan o la fracción del pan para distribuir a los feligreses, ¿verdad? Durante el servicio de la Eucaristía, ¿no? O sea, que quiero hablar con mis amigos angloparlantes principalmente sobre la pronunciación de ciertas partes, digamos, o ciertas palabras que pueden provocar dificultades. So, good morning, and we're going to talk about the breaking of the bread part of the liturgy today. This is actually the 18th of my little video series, and I hope you're finding it helpful. It's basically just to help my English-speaking friends who want to kind of beef up their knowledge of how to pronounce the phrases and the words in the liturgy. So I got a couple for you today, and this is about the breaking of the bread section in the liturgy. And a little editorial here. Some of you may wonder, why do you Anglicans and liturgical types make such a big deal out of Holy Communion in the liturgy? Well, just briefly, I would just like to point you, if you have that concern, that doubt, point you to the Gospel of John. Read through there and just with new eyes and see what happens. And basically the rest of the Bible. And you will see that it all points to this great sacrifice of Christ, to his offering of his body and blood for us. And so, you know, I was so fixated on that because it's worth fixation. It's kind of a holy fixation, if you will. So here we go. This is the breaking of the bread section, the Fracción del pan. And I'll read it for you. Then we'll talk about a couple of things that may help you with your pronunciation. So here we go. Let's see if I get it fixed here. I'll set for you. Here we are. Nosotros no nos atrevemos a venir a esta tu mesa, oh Señor misericordioso, confiados en nuestra rectitud, sino en tus muchas y grandes misericordias. No somos dignos ni de recoger las migajas debajo de tu mesa, mas tú eres el mismo Señor, siempre misericordioso por naturaleza. Concédenos, por tanto, Señor, por tu clemencia, que de tal modo comamos el cuerpo de tu amado Hijo Jesucristo y bebamos su sangre, que siempre vivamos en él y él en nosotros. Amen. So I highlighted a couple of things here for you. One is the word migajas, and the other one is naturaleza. However, I did notice as I was reading one other word there that might be useful to point out and comment. It's the word mas, M-A-S, mas. You, I'm sure, know from your beginning Spanish classes the word mas means more, right? More. Más pan, por favor. Some more bread, if you will. But when you see mas written without an accent or the little tilde over the A, it changes the meaning of it. In that case, it's going to be but. So here we have, instead of more you are the same Señor, it's but you are the same Lord. So mas is kind of a poetic or a little more elegant way of saying pero, and you see it mostly in written Spanish, not so much in spoken Spanish. But if you see it and you're confused by that, you're not confused anymore. I got you covered. Let's look at this word here, migajas. Migajas. The G and the J can be sometimes a little perplexing perhaps for people. So miga, we have the G sound in there, and the H sound is covered in Spanish in the J, ha, migaja, migajas. So if you see here with the G, when it comes with the vowel, there's more to it than this, but this is kind of a basic a 101 little presentation for y'all. So ga, G-A is ga, like gato, and G-O is go, like gota, or a drop of something. Now, G-E, and not the electricity thing, but G-E equals J-E in terms of sound. So we have gente, look, gente. And we have jefe, he, in both cases. So G-E by itself is pronounced je, gente, jefe, boss, right? Now, if we have G-I, it is equal to J-I in pronunciation also. So we might have the word gira, gira, like something turns or rotates, gira. El mundo gira, right? Now, we also have here perhaps a word like jitomate, kind of a Mexican word for tomato, jitomate. So he, if you will. Another one I wanted to point out to you here briefly is the word naturaleza, nature. And it says here in the Eucharist, siempre misericordioso por naturaleza, by nature. God is merciful by his nature. His nature is to be generous and merciful. Clemente, misericordioso, right? So let's look at that. And there's two syllables in here that are problematic sometimes for English speakers. Naturaleza, the T-U, tu. The tu syllable in Spanish is always pronounced with the tip of your tongue right touching the backside of your upper teeth. Tu. It's not like tu in English where the tongue is further back. Like to, the letter two, the number two, or to you, I'm writing to you, but in Spanish, tu. So can you hear the difference in there? Like you say, taco. You don't say taco. I want some tacos, please. Taco. Or naturaleza. In English, we have this word, and words that are cognates, that is to say, they have this almost the same form or the identical form between the two languages. They tend to give English speakers, or second language speakers, especially if they speak English, trouble. So, naturaleza, the temptation may be to put the chu sound in there. Natural, and we say in English, nat-ch. So there's a ch in there, or a chu, natural. So tu, it's not, there's no chu in natural in Spanish. Naturaleza. Naturaleza. The other syllable there that is problematic at times is the R-A. Ra. So ra is not raw. Naturaleza. There's nothing raw in nature in Spanish. It's all cooked, I suppose. But natura, ra. And for that R-A sound in Spanish, ra. The tip of the tongue is going to go up on the little rough ridge, just back from the teeth. And it'll tap it, just like that, like gara. Yagara, agara para ti. Gara, lara, para ti. Right? That's the same little tap that you give to give that word its native sound. So here we go. Naturaleza, not naturaleza, naturaleza. Naturaleza, migajas. Mas. There you go. That's it for today. Thank you for your patience and listening. I hope you enjoy practicing the liturgy and your Spanish in general. It's an amazing language. El español es un idioma, es el idioma del cielo, ¿verdad? Es un idioma súper hermoso. Y es una gran bendición que nosotros tenemos aquí en este país la oportunidad de ser bilingües, con plena confianza y de alabar a Dios en dos idiomas. Mucho gusto en haberles podido hablar hoy. Hasta pronto.